Tyrone. Does he not? That's what happened to Sophie Rose. I've always said, you know, when you're going to get an abortion, always make sure it's your choice and your choice only. Do you know what I mean? Because I know a lot of men put pressure on women to have abortions. And, you know, I've had a couple and I've always said, you know, because it took me years to go over it. Do you know what I mean? Because the worst is, that's your choice. You made that choice. So it's that guilt, you know, that you live with. You know what I mean? You know what? I know this sounds horrible. I'm going to be honest right now. But at the time, this does sound horrible. But at the time, I'd wish I had a miscarriage. At the time. Because my choice, because I chose to abort. So it would have been fate. Do you get what I'm saying? I wouldn't have had to make that choice. So, yeah. It's hard. But, yeah, I think he should be paying child support. But whether you get DNA test, I don't know. Less guilt. You had a less guilt, exactly. You know what I mean? And you'd think, well, it wasn't meant to be. I get it and understand that, yeah. But you know what, guys? He should definitely be paying child support. But I wonder what his girlfriend thinks of all of this. You know, and was he with his girlfriend at the time? You can't register a baby with the father's name. If you are not married, you can't register a baby with the father's name if he is not there. I'm sure you can if you're not married. He didn't know this before it came on. Did you know this before it came on TikTok? You don't believe? You know what? I believe they've definitely been together because she's got photos. So they've definitely had some kind of relationship. I don't know, but saying that wouldn't have been a one night stand because there's photos of them together. So and I don't know, but it's possible that, you know. So they've gone together, had a relationship. She's been with a few men at the same time as Tyrone, and maybe she's seen him on TikTok. He's a big creator, and she's just gone, you know what? I think he's the father. Who knows? Right. No, you can't. You can. I did. You can. Brad Pitt will have loads of babies. Right. Let's see what else she has to say about this then. Right. So she says something here. Let me get it. Angels talks more about the Tyrone situation.
From he emotionally playing with me, sending me messages, then deleting messages. Like, why are you sending me messages and deleting messages for? I think it was either just before I give birth to Kingston or just after I'd give birth to Kingston. But I know that I've reached out to him, and do you know what I mean? Just loads of shit. And I haven't spoke on it thoroughly. Do you know, like, it's been so long. Do you know when a situation happens and it's been so long and you just don't know how to, like... And I've been a mother to 2 kids, like, doing everything on my own, so it's like... It's hard to explain it. It's hard to, like, get it out how you need to, and then you get all these people hating on you, and you get people demanding, like, to know stuff and asking questions. It's like... I didn't write no script. I didn't sit down and write, on this date this happened, and this date this got said, and this date. I didn't take no pictures. I didn't do none of that funny shit and get receipts. I've got receipts on my other baby dad, loads of them, because he was telling me what it was from the get-go. Like, I knew that he was a bit of a slime ball, do you know what I mean? So I used to screenshot stuff, but with Tyrone I never thought that he would be like that, so I didn't feel the need to get receipts, and still now I don't really need receipts. My son is here living. Like, a DNA test is going to prove everything I need to. I don't need no receipts. Do you know what I mean? But
you know what? I do believe her. Yeah, I do believe her. Why bring it on the set? Because maybe she's contacted him. He's walked away. Doesn't want anything to do with her. It must be hard for her now that he's had another baby. Right, and she can see him being a father, you know, and all that, and not a father to her child, although she doesn't even know if he's the father. And maybe Tyrone needs to give her that, do a DNA. But, you know, say if a man walks away, right, can he, go to court and say he wants nothing to do with the child and remove all his parental rights? Can he do that, or would he still have to pay? And if he does do that, would he still have to pay child support? Yeah, he can do that. Would he need to pay? So, if he was to do that, would he still have to pay child support? Still has to pay. Well, fuck that. You get what I'm saying? So you still have to pay it. Yeah, rightly so. Oh, yes, and he makes a lot of money, doesn't he, Tyrone, on here? So, yeah, she's in the money. If he's on the birth certificate, he won't have to pay. Well, no, I don't think it works like that, does it? Well, how does it work? So say he does a DNA, he's a father, right? She doesn't have, I mean, does she have to put him on the birth certificate? I suppose she would have to, wouldn't she, based on that DNA? Yeah, I suppose if you're not on the birth certificate, she doesn't know who it is. It's an unknown person, isn't it? Didn't have to pay. Well, that could be the reason why he doesn't want to do a DNA. He doesn't want to have anything to do with the child, and he doesn't want to have to pay. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, she can. How does it work? Because no one can force someone to get a DNA, can they? Or can they? They can legally force DNA testing. Right. So that's the road she needs to go down then, isn't it? To court and say, listen, I want child support. So would they backtrack it? You know, because their son's now 2 years. 2. Fuck that. Imagine how much you'd have to pay 2 years. Yes, would they? On birth. Oh. Wow. Backdate it. Rightly so though, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah, talk proven otherwise. Oh well, if it's if Tyrone is the dad, she's got like a lot of money coming her way. Right. Yeah, profiles claim started. Yeah. So let's listen to the other video. She's very pretty, this woman, isn't she? What does Tyrone's girlfriend look like? Is she pretty? Who's prettier? Her, Tyrone's ex, or Tyrone's current girlfriend? Let's do a poll. Right, so happy face, Tyrone's girlfriend, or sad face, his ex-girlfriend? Who's prettier? Let's vote. Let's really pause the hell out of me. So happy face, his girlfriend, sad face, the ex-girlfriend. So if you haven't seen his girlfriend, that's his ex-girlfriend, that's his ex-girlfriend.
Then he's still not trying to, do you know what I mean? He's still just ignoring me. Like, what do I have to do? So
happy face, his girlfriend, sad face, his ex-girlfriend. Oh. What does his girlfriend look like? No, I've never seen her. You one is gorgeous. Oh, really? Oh. So, looks like his girlfriend wins. The new one isn't all that. Oh. Blonde, yeah. Where can I find a picture of his girlfriend? Because I'm goddamn nosy. And I can let me judge, because I'm good at judging this kind of thing. Both gorgeous. Oh. But we want to know who's prettier. It's not about looks, though, it's about the person. I'll piss off. Ah. I'm nosy. I'm goddamn nosy. Where can I find a photo of Tyrone's girlfriend? Tag me into a video, guys. So what's this then? So this woman who claims to have a son with Tyrone slips up on the lie. Oh.
then he's still not trying to, do you know what I mean? He's still just ignoring me. Like, what do I have to do? Even his family's spoken to him, and he's still trying to lie to his family and say that he's not his son, his own family, he's lying to them. So now I'll come to TikTok, because what the fuck is gonna make this guy stand the fuck up? Stop being a fake guy. Stop being fake. Like, I'm not asking you to be a dad. I don't want you to be a dad. I don't want you to be anywhere near my son, but you must pay child support. Like, pay child support. I spent all of my money on my kids. I happily do that. I don't need nothing for myself. As long as my kids are good, then I'm good. I don't spend money going out and doing shit like this. I'll get a massage every 6 months. Do you know what I mean? I don't need your money for me. I don't want to spend your money on me. Your money that you're going to provide for your son will go on your son. Trust me when I say I'm one of them mums who buy for their kids. Yeah, he's stressing right now. He's stressing right now. I'm still doing the same as what I'm doing, but I'm speaking about a situation that I've been through, and it just happens to be with someone who's popular on the app. Like, that's not my fault. I'm just being honest. I'm just being myself. So someone keeps saying, so did he cheat on his girlfriend? No, he didn't cheat on his... No, I'm not aware if he cheated on his girlfriend. He didn't cheat on his girlfriend with me. Can I leave that, please, babe? Because I need it there. He cheated on his other girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend that he had before his other baby mum. He was cheating on her with me because she made a big video about him as well. Then he's still not trying to...
Where did she slip up though? I'm confused. Trying to be a naughty boy. Don't trust my one, but do you not? Well, the thing is, she's believed, you know, that he is the son, the father, but she hasn't done a DNA, has she? It's so. But why shouldn't she? She should be getting child support. You know what I mean? You know, if he's the father, he should pay up. It's that simple. Pay up, Tyrone, do a DNA test, and that's it. Resolved. He probably doesn't want to do it because he knows he's the father. So, absolutely. Guys, I don't want to go too much into this Tyrone shit because it's boring me. Has anyone tagged me into his girlfriend? I want to know what she looks like. I think that's it. I can go to the supermarket. I've got things to do today, guys. Oh, God, that voice. Get out of here. Guys. Oh, wait a minute. Why am I singing this? Guys, by the way, it's the light that's making me yellow. I've got liver failure.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 17 on the dailies.
I'm going to go on about that for a while.
Well done.
Going to message you. Oh, okay. Oh. Yes. A poll. Morning, Diana. Message me, Kiri. I tagged you. Okay, let me have a look. Right. Is this Tyrone's girlfriend? The most beautiful baby shower for our baby girl. Am I looking at the right thing? Danielle, that's her name. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Yeah. Let me have a look at her videos. I get a better idea. Okay. Yeah, she's very pretty, isn't she? we need to say sorry. Okay, one sec. Give me a sec.
100% your look, Connie, baby. This is.
Yeah. So that's
This will be. And there's a place
is that her there?
where I can free my mind. I hear the sounds of the sea
Yeah, okay.
and lose all sense of time.
They're both pretty.
I'm moving forward.
So why are they all running after Tyrone? What the hell? Oh well, I mean, listen, he is a good-looking guy, I suppose.
To a sunny place.
Yeah, see, you know what? She's nice with makeup on, really pretty, but without the makeup, she's just plain Jane. Here, have a look here. There you go. Do you get what I'm saying? Without the makeup. So, let me just enlarge it. Can I I'm terrible when wait a minute. Yeah, see, now when I see with no makeup,
Feels like we're in a dream.
it's a difficult one. I'd have to say that his ex, if that's, you know, because without makeup she doesn't look as stunning. I look crap without makeup too. Yeah, but the ex looks naturally beautiful. She's naturally pretty. You know what I mean? Where his girlfriend, yeah, she's pretty, but I wouldn't say she was naturally beautiful. Yeah. Can you imagine if there's this a man speaking about a woman? So let's vote again, guys. Well, I've gone through all my videos now, guys. It was pretty boring yesterday. So we're going to vote again, right? His ex-girlfriend versus his girlfriend. Let's have another look with no makeup on. Oh, okay. So happy face girlfriend, sad face ex-girlfriend. I'm so fucking shallow, I know. My mum lied to me when young and said I wasn't actually pretty. So what was his happy face's girlfriend, wasn't it? Oh. Let's have a look at the ex-girlfriend again. One sec. Come on.
Then he's still not trying to. Do you know what I mean? He's still just ignoring.
No, see, I think she's prettier, 100%, because I think I don't think she's got any makeup on there. So I'd like to see when she, you know, if she's put makeup on and put something nice on, you know, to see what she looks like then, and then yeah. But I think she's naturally, yeah. Oh yeah, they're both very pretty. Filters on. Do you think so? Possibly, yeah. But there could be filters on her though as well, no? A lip filler. Oh God, what can you believe? Anyway, guys, that's FYP. I'm finished because I need to go down the road. I need to do some shit. I might take you with me actually. Let me get my jacket on. I think a faint filter on it. I don't know. I just wish you could take your filter outside. Oh. People can come in the boxes if they want, guys. Oh God, but do we have to talk about the Tyrone situation? People do bring personal shit to the app, don't they? This will be sick. Oh shit, I've got cash here. I want to take 40, 60 quid. Oh God, I've got to go lay down again. See through the leggings. Why are you looking? Why are you looking? It's kind of rude. It's like that pillow. A friend made that. If people want to come in the box, then come in the box if they want. Oh yes, Alexa, play Lonely.
Lonely by Akon on
I've
Amazon
got
Music.
Ali in the box. I have nobody. Right. Nobody. Who's people? Morning. Alexa, stop. I'm gonna just. We got full view. Full view of what? Was I naked?
Morning.
Oh my god, you guys are perfect. Did you see what they say? They got a full view. Did you take a photo? You weirdos. Yeah, you know what? These leggings are bloody see-through. I keep forgetting. I keep putting them on. I just love my leggings. I hate jeans because they kind of always rub on my legs. I have meals in it, yes.
Yeah, we can see what you ate last night.
Oh. God. I'll have to put something long on before I go out then, I suppose. Oh, I've got a few
You
things.
need thicker.
Yeah. Who else is in the box?
Hi.
Hi, are you right?
Yeah, not bad. I was just watching the Tyrone bit for a while. For a bit, I was watching the Tyrone thing. I've been seeing her all over the FYP, obviously. But there's only two answers, obviously. She's either really delusional or there's something actually did happen and he has been ignoring her.
Now, you know what I reckon? Let me mute you an echo. I just reckon, yeah, they had some kind of relationship and she just she felt pregnant. She doesn't know who the baby is. The father was, sorry. You know what I mean? So, and she's seen him on TikTok, you know, got another baby, you know, and he's all goo with it. She's getting jealous, you know, because he wasn't like that with my baby. And she's come on TikTok and exposed him. But, you know, it might not even be his baby. I don't think she's doing it for clout. I think, honestly, she's just seen him act, you know, or like I said, you know, with someone else's kid.
Yeah, I think I agree with that part.
Oh, sorry, I muted you. Sorry, can you unmute again?
It's fine. I think we've done it at the same time. I agree with that part. Look, the point is, if that is the case and she is pissed off, then there might be actual cause for her to be like that. Like, we are, as women, especially as a mum, if she genuinely was doing it for clout, she would have been doing this. None of us have heard or seen of her. Well, I haven't anyway. And if she has, it hasn't been for a long time. So if her baby is her baby nearly 2?
I think, so, yeah, I think he is too.
Exactly. So like what you said, if she's pissed off about the fact that he's giving, you know, good dad and I'm this perfect dad, look at me, then that is going to piss off any good mother. So if she isn't clout chasing, like she would have been doing this for years, trying to get people to believe that Tyrone's the son of the dad of her kid.
You know what? When you see a man with someone else's, still, you know, not someone else's, when you see a man with a child, you know, or being all lovey and dovey, you know what I mean? It's going to affect you, isn't it? Why wasn't he like that with my baby? So it's probably affected her, and she's come on here and thought, you know what, you arsehole, you're giving her child support. You're paying for that child. You're going to pay for mine. And I can't understand that.
I mean, the newborns do look very similar, don't they? I know that some newborn babies can look quite similar. Some people are like, oh, they all look the same. But I mean, I've had 4 kids, and they've all looked very different as a newborn. Eventually, obviously, as siblings, they started looking more similar. But the newborn, when her baby was a newborn compared to his newborn, they look alike. They look a lot alike.
Really? So do you think he's the father?
I mean, it's possible. She's got that little droplet thing, yeah, so that could come from her, but the child has it too. So if you look on her page, she's got a video of her when her baby was newborn, which was obviously a couple of years ago, and then compare it by side by side with his current newborn, they do look very similar.
Yeah.
So yeah, not all siblings look the same. I agree with you in the comments. Mine don't. That's the point. But obviously, with different genetics, if he's the dad and he's the common denominator with the DNA, obviously with two different mums, their babies are going to look different. But they do look very similar, is what I'm saying. If you actually go and look.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I wonder if if he does do a DNA test. I mean, he's probably trying to get away with it, hoping it's not his. You know, but if he does do it, I wonder if he'll want to see it. You know what I mean? I think we've got a picture here. What have we got a picture of? What? Let me have a look. Do you think he'd want to see the baby though? Because you know he seems like a really nice guy, Tyrone, doesn't he? Right? We just don't know who what people like off TikTok. You know what I mean?
I was going to say that actually. People are very different. On here, when people are like, oh, I'm authentic, I'm real. Look, at the end of the day, when you're in real life and you're with people in the personal, people get triggered, people say things are very different. But if this was the case, even 2 years ago, like he was probably different. He's probably changed mentally. He's gotten more mature. He has been in a somewhat stable relationship. Of course, he seems like nice people do bad things. Good people do good things. I mean, bad people do good things. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not really is he a good person? I've got dads that have walked out on my kids. And does that mean that I'm not a good person or whatever? I still don't judge them whether they're bad or good. It's just the decision that they've made.
I'll tell you 90%, I reckon that's his child. I do.
That's what I was saying yesterday. Yesterday I thought that, yeah.
Yeah, but then you should know it's child. But you can never know. Because you just don't know, do you? But they do look very similar, don't they? Obviously, one baby's lighter skinned because, she's white. So,
Well, I've got two mixed race kids that are by the same dad, and one is very brown and one is very light. So complexion is all about genetics and how they pick it up, where the melatonin lays in the body, whose genetics is stronger that time. So yeah, I've got two mixed race children that are very different colours, but they are from the same dad. And that's the same two siblings, So even having separate siblings, they're not going to look exactly alike.
Yeah. There's Tinkerbell there. I don't know if she's coming by accident. Hello,
I don't know.
No, I don't think it's just a glitch happening and people just come in by mistake. Yeah, but do you think this would destroy him, his platform?
Nah.
You don't.
We'll go get the followers.
Yeah, the first thing is go darker. Yeah, but you've got to remember though that his girlfriend is white and his ex is mixed. Well, she looks mixed, doesn't she? So obviously, that's probably the only difference, really. But the nose looks the same. The lips look the same.
I think a lot of people will be disappointed if it is his child and he hasn't bothered with him.
I mean, should we be getting involved in private life? I mean, I know she's brought it on here, so people are going to talk about it. But it doesn't really matter what people do, in their private life. I don't know, because would you think, oh God, what a CUNT? Has nothing to do with their child, because they all see Tyrone as a nice guy. But if he's not seeing that child, well, he's not as nice as he seems.
Yeah, but as much as we're saying about Tyrone, not necessarily if it is his kid. Oh, who's that? Someone. Yeah, as much as we're saying, if it is his child, then equally, then it wouldn't be great. But then we don't know what she's like offline and how difficult things might have been. And at the end of the day, all of this could be a big, massive fabrication. Has she got proof that they know each other?
Yeah.
Has she shown any proof of them actually being together or having interaction?
They've got on her pages photos of them two together, so they've definitely been together. But I think it's whether that's the father. I mean, who she slept with around that time her baby was conceived?
Well, because he's so like well known, that why isn't another guy stepping up saying, actually, no, I think that's my kid. I think there will be more to come if that's the case. And Tyrone's so inner on the FYP. I'd like to see him address this at some point. He's in everybody else's business.
Well, that is
in a nice way, but you know what I mean.
When does he do his FYP? Is it just weekdays, is it? Because he has to, talk about it, doesn't he? He has to. Tyrone's gone quiet.
Yeah, that's why I think there's either he's trying to figure out how to deal with it moving forward, and or how to deal with her moving forward if this isn't true at all. Like, I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, only they will know, innit? I think to get it out of, even in private, just do a DNA test, just to, to shut her up in a way.
Yeah, 100%. I think his girlfriend would want to know as well. But I don't know. Do you think, this is a really good question actually, do you think his girlfriend would want to know? Because she would always, what if that he is the father? He's going to want to see, he might want to see his child. So do you think she'd want him to do a DNA?
Yes, I would. Most women would want to know. I fucking would. Excuse my language, but I would want to know.
Wouldn't it, enter your head that if he finds out that he is the father, he's going to want to see the baby? And not being horrible, a lot of women wouldn't want that to happen. You know what I mean? This is my child. This is my boyfriend. I don't want you to see someone else's child, even though it's yours. There's a lot of women who would think that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of spiteful women. I suppose that's on the other side of it. But when you think about her as well, she's made it quite clear that she doesn't want him around. She's like, well, he hasn't bothered. She's saying she's not clout chasing and it isn't about the money, but she does want him to pay child support, especially because she said, I mean, look, the things that she is saying, the way she is saying it, she comes across quite articulate. She seems young, do you know what I mean? But she doesn't seem stupid, if that makes sense. So I just feel like it would be very interesting to see how this plays out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Guys, if you want to come in the box, can you just make a comment, please? Comment, because I don't know there's a bit of a glitch and people are coming in and, by mistake.
Also, by the way, people are saying in the comments then it is about the money, but at the end of the day, you need money to bring up a child, so it's irrelevant whether he's the dad or not. The person should still pay for their child. Like, that's a separate situation.
Yeah, if that was me, I'd be going for every penny. You know what I mean? And it would be the principle. It would be, no, I'm going to give my child the best, the best of everything. So why wouldn't you? Even if it is about the money, even if you see pound size, you've got a child, right? So you've got a child by this man. You'd want anything you can for your kid, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would, but you'd be surprised, Angie. There's a lot of men out there that really do not bother. There's a lot of men out there that won't give the mother of their child money because they can't control what they're spending it on. So that also is a thing. Like, I'm not saying that pertains to him specifically, but there are a lot of men out there that just don't give them any money to their kids. They don't even put money towards nappies and stuff. So, I mean, I'm not saying that's Tyrone, but there are a lot of men like that. And that obviously there are a lot of bitchy women, and we can go all day back and forth about the baby mother, baby father thing. Do you know what I mean? But
you know what I would think? I think her next step is just go take it to court and force that DNA on him. That's the only way for him. I don't think he's going to volunteer. I mean, maybe see what his response is. And if he says no, she needs to. That's more money, but I think it's worth it for her to know. For her to know if he's the father, she needs to do it. She needs to do that.
A lot of people are mentioning CSA. CSA is a whole separate entity, guys. Like, there are a lot of women that will use the system to be spiteful. Yes, we're talking about 1,000 different scenarios, but CSA money or child maintenance should be the last resort. If the man is not giving money voluntarily or willingly after he's given life to that child with the woman, then that's a whole separate story. So Tyrone's got enough money that this shouldn't even be an issue. He should just shut it down with a DNA test, shut it down, move it forward and keep it moving. Come on the internet and say, I've dealt with it. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, Linz. Yeah, exactly. I think he needs to, I think sooner than later, I think he needs to come on and, I mean, it's not our business, but now it is in some ways because people are going to talk about it. It's come on TikTok. Yeah.
Like you've seen it.
I was kind of waiting for someone to do a segment on it, but I think we were all just waiting to see what she had to say, and she doesn't seem like she's not talking sense. So it's a weird one.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if that was me, I would straight away come on TikTok and be exposing him. You know what I mean? But that's me. And I'd be going for every penny. You know? I mean, what affects her the most probably is her seeing him, you know, with another baby, you know, and being all cuckoo. You know, and her not having that with her son. I believe she wants him to have a part in that child's life if he's the father. I think she would want that.
Well, any decent mother would. I am assuming that any decent mother would want that. But I think what she's saying is that she's been trying to tell him that this is his kid for the last couple of years, and he cut her off. I don't know what the situation is. I'd love for her to go into a little bit more detail about why that happened. That would probably mean for her to take a bit of accountability, because sometimes women can get a bit crazy. Hormones, new baby, the desperation. Maybe he didn't want to be with her. Rejection is wild. Rejection does weird things to women. And I'm just going back to what you just said about going for every penny. I'm a little bit different. Like, I've put one of my kids' dads on child maintenance, and it didn't make much of a difference.
I'm sorry, like, but if I was her, like her, and he did do a DNA test, then I would go for every fucking penny made, because if he's going to make a baby, then deny it, and then swan around with his new daughter, like, it's like his newborn, it's his first kid. No, like, his poor son, like, who's been sitting there for, I don't know how old the son is, but I think it's absolutely disgusting that if he is the real father. Do you know what I mean? And I think you should go for child maintenance, definitely, because that little baby, like that little boy deserves it.
Yeah, I'd go for every penny he's got, you know what I mean? That's me, you know what I mean? Because I've been thinking about my baby, what I've been cute. Mohammed, why did you want to come in the box to be playing music? I don't understand. You know, like I said, what was I saying? Yeah, I'll be thinking about my child, not someone else's child. You know what? He's been cuckoo around, you know, a woman's baby. That's how I would see it. I would be bitter. You know, why would you? Anyone would be bitter, I think. You know what I mean?
Angie, it would break my heart, right, if I had, like, a kid with somebody, right, and they were denying it, and then they're, like, swanning, like, a new baby around online, saying, oh, this is me first-time dad, and blah, blah, blah. It would literally break, and my heart would break for me little boy, do you know what I mean?
But it could be that also the fact that Tyrone really thinks he's not the father.
Which is fair enough, but he should do a DNA test to, like, shut her up, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm just wondering, has she come out before? Has she actually come out before? Has she tried to come out before and talk about this? Because the child is 2 years old. So what the trigger is him looking after somebody else's baby. Or maybe she's delusional. It's not his kid. I think the first rule of the thumb is to say, look, take the DNA test to prove it or not. You know?
Yeah. And it will solve everything then, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? And if he's not, then he's not. And if he is, he needs to. But there's also that possibility. Don't want to pay. Don't want the DNA test because he probably thinks that he is the father, and he don't want to pay child maintenance because there are men that would walk away and not pay a penny.
Well, you know what? Would he be forced to take a DNA test?
He doesn't seem to have.
You can't force. You can't force a DNA test, but they can request it if she's requesting child maintenance. So if she requests child maintenance and then he says, look, I don't even know if that's my child, then then child maintenance would support them to take them to court. So the court would request a DNA test. You can't force anybody to do anything, but if it's coming down to her asking, look, I'm usually it's a bit more difficult if he's not on the birth certificate. So then obviously if he's put himself on the birth certificate, then that goes by the law. So he would have to pay for that child until he gets the DNA.
But if he says that, what's her name, Diana said is correct. If he refuses that DNA test, because no one can be forced to have a DNA test, even with the court requesting it, right? And if he denies it, then I think he would have to pay child maintenance.
Yeah, correct.
It's a DNA. Oh, right, okay.
It's like a default thing. So if you deny taking the DNA test, I mean, it's a little bit more detailed than that, because if you're not on the birth certificate, then you can dispute it either way, and then that was where they would have to kind of further take it to court. But if he's on the birth certificate, then that's somewhat saying, hey, I kind of acknowledge it is mine, but I'd like further information to confirm, and then that's when it would go through. But yeah, it would have to go through the courts to get, if he refused to get one, just to get one, you know.
Yeah, 100%. So that's what she needs to do then, isn't it? Because, you know, wait for his response. If he says, no, not going for it, then, you know, that's it. Take it to court and say, you know, and that's it. Do it that way. You know, because at the end of the day, if he is, he pays it. If he don't take it, then he still has to pay it. And that's 2 years backdated. She's going to be rich. Yeah, I mean, his son is anyway. I say rich, you know what I mean? You know, that's a lot of money because he gets good money, Tyrone. So they'll work it out as to how much Tyrone gets, won't they?
Yeah, the go off like is his earnings.
The thing is, you know what men do? They would actually transfer their money. Yeah, they'd hide their money in it, transfer it in another bank, or this kind of shit. It's disgusting.
Yeah, my daughter's dad used to.
Do you know what my son's dad did, right? When I was doing the CSA thing, right? He literally worked cash in hand. So he wasn't registered down as working. He was getting like money each week. And then he was like claiming that what was he claiming? Sick money. So I was literally entitled to like £28 a month maintenance.
Now, someone said that it's backdated 6 months. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, Linz.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I was just saying, my ex, well, my son's dad, he literally done a cash in hand job and was claiming sick month, like claiming he was on the sick or something. So I was only entitled to £28 or £29 a month child support when he was probably making about £300 a week.
What the hell, my bloody hell. Where did you meet him from, Linz?
Oh, fuck knows.
I think we've all got a little story like that. There's a lot of scams in the system. Mine used to leave jobs. As soon as they would find him, he would just leave that job and then move on to the next one. So there are a lot of scams on the system, even when you're involved with child maintenance. I mean, the point is, I think this is just about the child maintenance thing. But with the Tyrone thing, yeah, I think it would be very interesting where this is actually going to go. And because he's got such a big cult following, I wonder how long she'll be able to talk about it until they shut her down. Because I get banned for the most stupid things. And if she's talking about Tyrone, that would be interesting.
Yeah, they find ways around it, the little twats, so they don't have to pay the CSA. I wasn't asked, mate. I was just like, well, in the future, if my child ever asks, then I'll just say, well, no, you didn't pay.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just Angie, because I've just seen a screen record, like a thing on the FYP of somebody saying, well, why don't you just speak to his mum? Like, his mum's like a really nice woman. So if Tyrone doesn't really like sort of communicate with you, just go straight to his mum. She was like, no. And I'm like, well, why would you not go and speak to his mum, like, off live? And, like, why are you choosing to do it all over TikTok? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I can understand that. She probably don't have a relationship with his mum, and it's nothing to do with her, really, is it? Because what is his decision, not the mother's? What's the mother got to do, though?
I know, but if that's her grandkid, she deserves to see who the grandkid is. Do you know what I mean?
You know what, though? I think I would have done the same and just exposed and put them all over TikTok. I would have. If someone
Angela, have all the views.
DNA test and walks away from a child, doesn't want to pay up, yeah, I'll expose them all. Acting all nice on TikTok, acting a person, you know, a different person on TikTok, you might think, yes, fuck that, I'm going to expose you.
Oh, Angie, I agree with him. I agree with her exposing him on there. Like I'm totally with her. But yeah. I think to get the proof that he is definitely the dad, I think she should maybe like start like the ball rolling and do the well, try and get the DNA and all that shit so she can expose them more.
Yeah. Who's this? Oh, sorry guys. Who's in the box? Guys, if you want to come in the box, can you let me know in the comments, because I don't know if these people want to come in or not. You can't do. Well, if he's not, he would only be on the birth certificate, though, wouldn't he? If there was evidence that he was a father. So you can't say that he can't pay because he's not on the birth certificate. Of course, he won't be on it. Have you But the thing is, someone's put. Has she got pre before? She should have had pre before bringing it to TikTok. But she's not asking So that she's asking for proof herself. She's saying, go and do a DNA. It's probably the only way she can get hold of him.
True, like, yeah.
She's saying, go and do the DNA. She's not saying, yes, you are the father. I mean, it seems like, she's quite certain he is, but she's not saying that. She's saying, get DNA. So I mean, even if he's not the father, you can't blame her because...
At least check one. It was the least check one.
Oh.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, even if, if it does come out back that he's not the father, you still can't blame her because she hasn't really done anything wrong. She just wants the proof. She wants to know. She seems to think that it is him, so...
I mean, any man can deny being the dad. It's easy for men to do so. I'm not the dad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be the simple as, well, I don't think I am the father. Do you know what I mean? I've slept with her once.
If I'm honest, I think, look, the kind of person Tyrone is, he's going to want to get this shut down real quick. Whether it's a reflection upon him or not, the truth will come out either way, or maybe it won't. Yeah. But I do think that they're going to shut this down pretty quickly. And if his family does come across pretty decent, they would want a DNA test to shut it down because this is still, somebody, if it is some crazy girl on the internet talking shit about their family, then all the family has to do is offer their DNA, and then that will determine whether they're part of the same family or not. That will answer a few questions and whittle it down. I'm just saying it doesn't have to be Tyrone if he feels like he doesn't want to interact with this girl, but from what we see of Tyrone up to now, he seems like a pretty decent guy. And like you said, we don't know everything. We don't know how people are offline. But this is definitely seeing him with this new baby has definitely triggered her into this action. Because a lot of people are saying, oh, she's been quiet for 2 years. We don't know what she's been going through. Imagine she just wants to raise her kids and she is a decent person.
I think it's what triggered her was him having another baby with someone else.
Yeah, and her seeing him act like an amazing dad online, having the baby posted, and it's probably brought... Yeah, I agree with that, 100%.
And even though it's lovely, you think, well, what about my child? What about your child, your other child, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Ayana?
Good morning, Angie. And you can't do from you can do from grandparents, but it's not as much as a chance that, like... With a father,
yeah, that just determines if they're related.
Some chance that is the father, but with a grandparent's DNA, there's less. Like there is a chance that it could come back that they ran a match of DNA there.
Yeah, it'll just come back to say that they're related.
It's better to go with the.
I think Tyrone, he will actually go for a DNA, I really do. I think he'll just do it himself because if he genuinely believes this woman's just a nut, then he'll go and get it done.
I don't think she's a nut though. I think she's been with him because there's photos of them together, isn't there?
Aye.
So I don't think she's a nut. I think she just wants that. She probably just doesn't know who their father is, but she's probably 90% certain it's him. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. Aye.
Well, I don't think there's truth talker, straight talker. Are you there?
Yeah. I'm a grandparent. I've got 2 grandchildren. I don't see my other grandchild. And the reason I don't see him, and neither does my son, and the reason, I'm not saying that this is Tyrone's ex-girlfriend's or relationship he had is the case, but she's an absolute narcissist. And even the kids that she's got from somebody else, their father don't see them either because she puts false allegations up. She's an absolute narcissist, she really is. And don't get me wrong, I do miss my grandson, but I totally understand why my son hasn't fought for him. So I know you're looking at her side of things, as in Tyrone. You don't know the circumstances, you don't really know what she's like, maybe.
Yeah, but your situation, with your son and that, to me, I think that's a selfish, reason not to see your kid because, it's not about you and this woman that he was with. It's nothing to do with him. It's about him wanting to see his child. And I think you'd fight in court regardless of whether she's a narcissist or making these accusations, regardless of anything, because that's your child. But what your son has done is chose to walk away from his baby because of her.
We all have, Angie. We all have.
Yeah, but that's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Because I think you'd fight no matter how she acts or whatever she does, you wouldn't walk away from your child because there's nothing about the adults. It's about that child. You wanting to see your child.
I totally get you, but even she's got 4 other kids, and even their father can't manage to see his kids.
All of the kids ain't nothing to do with you.
No, but the thing is, she's put false allegations of rape. There's been so many false allegations. It made my son very, very poorly, and he got assessed by the social services to see his son, and she was in agreement, and halfway through she stopped the assessment, and she lied and said that it was social services. Well, it wasn't. It was her that stopped the assessment.
Yeah, but social services would have informed your son that they were stopping the assessment, so you can't just take her word of mouth. If he was working with social services, they would have said.
They did, Linz. That was the problem, because she pretended that it was social services. Well, he had the letter in his hand to say that it was her that stopped it. So it was covered in eczema and everything. And I went and because she used to beat my son up, and she used to beat her ex up. So I went all the way to Blackpool, and I got a statement from him to say that, because there was that many false allegations towards my son. So I went to Blackpool, and I got a statement from him, the other kid's dad, and he says, I really do want to see my kids, but it's her. And I says, I totally get you. Anyway, I gave social services this statement that he'd wrote, because she used to beat him up, and she found out about the statement, and she rung him up and said, there's no way you're going to be seeing your kids ever again unless you withdraw that statement. And I had 9 years of it. She made our life a misery, and I totally get you about the child, but I really do get that some fathers have to give up, because they have to give up for the child as well. One day she was beating my son up, and one of her oldest sons got in between. He was only about 10, and he was saying, stop hitting him, and she punched him in the head.
Yeah, well, I think if your son really fought for the kids and took out the court, I think he would have had a good chance. I'm not saying he would have won or anything, but I think he shouldn't have given up going through the courts and shit. Because if he's got evidence of her cancelling, if your son had evidence of her cancelling the social service interaction, then the court are going to be like, well, why are you cancelling? Why are you stopping that for? You know, obviously the father is willing to work with social services to see the children, but then you're cancelling it. Why? Do you know what I mean? So I don't think
it's because you have to go through her. She used to beat my son regular. She used to set his clothes on fire with the kids around the bonfire, Linz. She used to beat him up. One day I went to see the baby scan to see what sex he was, as you do, and I was looking forward to it. She had to go back in the scan room, and the atmosphere between them was really bad. And I says, what's going off? What's going off? Because I could feel it. The tension was terrible. And he just lifted his lip up, and his lip was just all cut underneath, because she'd headbutted him on the way to the hospital. And I did say to her, you've got to stop hitting my son. But she used to hit her ex as well. He looked
and that's the bit that I don't get then. So she's this violent of a woman, and you've just left your grandchild with her.
That's what I was going to say. Who's the kids with? Who's protecting the children? This is disgusting.
The social services are all about her. You've got to prove it, and she's very clever. She's very, very clever at grooming the kids and telling the kids what to say. You have to be in it to understand it, honestly.
I have been in situations similar, and I removed myself and my children, and that was it. You take the kids, you don't leave the kids. I've had people say this about, oh, you're such a terrible person, so then why do you leave the child with me? It's just a projection. It's a projection, and you sound like you're kind of protecting. This is not even about you anyway. I'm really sorry about your situation, but I do feel like this is one side of the story, and the kids are still with this woman that you are tarnishing online. So that means that you're just as bad as anybody else, because the kids I don't care whether social services is involved. Go and get your grandkids.
You can't just go and get your grandkids. My son, she didn't even put my son on the birth certificate. What about the dad that's also left? The other dad that left 3 years ago.
Can I talk? I'm going to go to the